You could call it a craze sweeping the nation. 80% of public schools in Chicago, 85% in Cleveland, 95% in New Orleans, and 100% in Philadelphia all require students to wear school uniforms. Why? Many argue that it reduces school violence by making students equal, eliminating peer pressure, and making it possible to identify people who don't go to the school. They also say that it takes the focus off of clothes and puts it on classes. But making it mandatory to wear what a school wants you to brings up an obvious question that I put to students at Baltimore's Polytechnic Institute. Do you think that uniforms limit your freedom of expression?
Well, it just kind of changes what you're allowed to wear on a day-to-day basis. I mean, I can't get dressed and wear what I want to wear.
I really don't like the uniforms. It really limits your freedom of expression because you can't really wear what is really you. You have to wear your school logo.
Other students disagree.
I don't feel completely expressionless. I mean, I can still dye my hair whatever color, and I can wear undershirts or, wear jewelry. I mean, if I have to wear a uniform, I would prefer to express myself in some way, like painting my nails crazy colors.
If you're really a true individual, then you should be able to express yourself without wearing certain clothing.
Expressing yourself isn't only a choice, but a First Amendment right. Students have gone to court to argue that schools telling them how to dress violates that right. In those cases, two questions are usually asked. Did the student intend to convey a specific message? And is that message one that a reasonable observer would understand? For example, a federal judge in Louisiana ruled that a student had a First Amendment right to wear a black armband because the armband was clearly being worn to protest the school's new uniform policy. On the other side, a judge in New Mexico ruled that a student didn't deserve First Amendment protection for wearing baggy pants because a reasonable observer wouldn't understand what message, if any, he was trying to convey. For schools like Baltimore Poly, the uniforms have worked.
We did notice an additional upturn in the academic performance and certainly a downturn in terms of security issues and behavior issues. It also helps to calm things down. It allows students to not focus on their clothing, but to focus on what's important, and that's the academics.
Opponents of school uniforms say there's no proof that uniforms deter violence or improve grades. Some Poly students agree.
Wearing a uniform, I don't think it can really improve your grades. It just makes people know exactly who you are or where you come from because it says the name of the school on your shirt.
Still, if they were in charge, students do see the value of some restrictions. If you guys, when you go to college and if you decide to get into education, if you had to run a school, how would you do it?
I would put a dress code, but I would not put a uniform because I would want to see kids expressing themselves and see individuals and see who they really are in school while they're learning rather than looking at everyone the same.
I think students function the best when they're comfortable, so I think that there should be a dress code and it should be enforced, but not necessarily uniforms. I think that students can make their own decisions about what they wear, and if they don't follow it, then they will be subjected to disciplinary action.
Alexander Marquardt, Channel 1.